Okay, so now that we're done that, you can see that whoops, let's get this on the camera. You can see that there's still some of that wet rapid tap on there. So I'm just gonna grab my rag or a piece of paper towel, give it a little wipe, go back this way, give it a little wipe. Okay, at this point, if you had a really sharp drill bit and your feed speed was slow at the end, you should have a pretty clean hole on the other side. You shouldn't have like ugly tear out and all kinds of burrs. And I mean, this is pretty good, but I do feel a little bit of a burr. So I'm just gonna take my file and my piece, and I'm just gonna run that over quick, just to get rid of that burr. Same thing on this side. Okay, so looking at the plans here, we need to draw a line that starts at the top of our hole and comes down to half. And we need to draw where this came all the way across. We need to start a line there and go up just about to the front of our 3/8 inch hole. Okay, so we could lay this all out again. So if I take and again, if I take this is still set to 1/2 inch, so I should be able to scratch. And even without the blue, you will still be able to see this. Okay, so you can see our scratch straight across. All right, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this to 1 inch quick, and I'm going to make my scribe line across the top. That doesn't look like it's focusing very well. Let's go 1 inch right there. Take my piece of metal and scribe a line by setting the jaw there. Oops. Okay. So we have a line scribed at 1/2 inch, and then from this edge in, we scribe the line at 1 inch. And we can see that even without putting the Sharpie mark. Okay. So again, I'm kind of doing this backwards to how the sheet has it, but I want a line scribed from the top of this circle down to my scribe line. So what I'm going to do is go grab a ruler, and I'm going to put my ruler there, and then I'm going to grab what's called a scribe. All right, so here I'm going to scribe these lines. So it had said that from the top of the circle, so I'm going to go over the top. I'm actually going to go above the top just a little bit, because you'll see when I scribe how this is nice and wide. So let's wiggle that in a little bit, wiggle it into center. And again, the more precise you are with this part, the better yours will be. So I'm going to dig that in nice and deep. So I have that scribe line. Okay, and then the bottom one, wanted to come up and give ourselves a hook right off the face. So I'm going to give myself just a little more. Okay. Can we get it to shine? There. Can't really get a good one. Somewhere in there you can see both lines. Here you can see our line anyways. Okay, so we're going to go back and take a hacksaw, and we're going to cut these out. So let's go to the vise and do that. All right, so here we go. We're going to scribe this line. Or we're going to cut our lines in there. So I'm going to take my hacksaw. I'm going to get nice and low and see where my line is. I'm just going to, draw across. And another way you could do this is if you take your file and if you just make a little divot right at the mark. So I'll come show you this. So all I did is at that mark there, I just took my file and made a little divot so that I had a spot for the teeth on my hacksaw to drop into. So now that I have that, this should go in easy. I'm just gonna hold it on its angle, the angle that I need. I'm gonna draw back a little bit. Gonna make the cut. And for some reason, this hacksaw doesn't like the forward cut. There we go. Okay, so that's gone in. So we'll take this out so you can see how I've made my cut. Okay, not bad. I think I like where that's going to end up. Okay, so now I'm going to do the same thing. Draw the file across the top there and get my hacksaw on the right angle. So I'll draw, put my file. Give myself a nice little divot. Set my hacksaw. Get it started. And remember, I'm aiming for the top of my circle there. There we go. Okay, so now all I'm gonna do is take my file and I'm just gonna go around here cleaning up areas. If I take the Sharpie, I'm gonna round that tip so it looks nice. My file, I'm gonna take a little bit off this corner so that looks nice. I'm going to take my file, I'm going to round over this edge so that it's not jabbing my dad in the pocket when he's carrying this thing around with him. Okay, so literally all I'm going to do is a whole bunch of filing. So I'll come back and show you when I'm done this.